everyone. Today I will be discussing the other types of creative nonfiction, aside from reflective essay and personal narrative. And these are as follows. We have autobiography or biography, literary journalism, and travelogue. Let us review the first two types that we discussed before. We start with reflective essay. Remember that a reflective essay concerns itself above all with the author's introspection, especially with respect to what he or she has learned from individual experiences. So you did this before when we were discussing poetry and creative nonfiction as your performance task number one. Next type is personal narrative, your performance task number two. A personal narrative shares some aspects of the traditional structure of fiction, such as characters and setting, among others. The very reason why this particular output was given when we discussed fiction and creative nonfiction. We now move on to the third type of creative nonfiction, which is autobiography or biography, depending on the person who writes the life story per se. An autobiography is the kind of biography that centers on the life of the narrator himself. Okay, so remember the words narrator himself. So if that is biography, then the life presented in that story is actually written by another person. So a biography or autobiography is not just a list down of events chronologically. Since it is a part of creative nonfiction, it should borrow some of the literary devices and strategies of fiction in order to make one's life very interesting. So elements of fiction can be borrowed here. You can also apply some symbolisms if it's applicable, and probably some elements from drama. In any case, while reconstruction of the past necessitates the use of memory and imagination to serve the needs of present consciousness, the autobiography should still be moored to events that happened. So do not deviate from facts. You are allowed to use the different elements of poetry, fiction, and drama as long as they are applicable, but do not deviate from the facts. Let us now have literary journalism. It is said that it is the creative nonfiction form that comes closest to newspaper and magazine writing. We discussed it before when we were in grade 11 in 21st century literature. And then, of course, travelogue, which is your performance task number three from the word travel. A travelogue is a kind of creative nonfiction that deals with travel. It has to be in the first person point of view and should describe the place or places where one has traveled. But in your performance task number two, or number three rather, you will not just describe the place that you've been to, but you will have to tell us your experiences and your best memories in that place. Making use of dramatic writing or some elements of drama. Now, if you also want to make use of the other forms or other elements rather of fiction and poetry, you may, but you have to focus on dramatic writing and the use of dialogues, like what we had said a while back, to make your stories more interesting. Okay, now I'll be discussing with you a medium where you can present your stories. And that is a blog. Blog is not a creative nonfiction form, but it is a medium. It is a tool where you can present all your writings. A blog is the shortened version of the term weblog. It refers to a regularly updated journal on the internet. A blog is not a genre, like what I said. It is a vehicle or a tool. It is more of a way through which information is shared, opinions are expressed, and stories are told. It's the notebook per se, but it's digital and it's uploaded. It's in the internet. The word blogger is used to refer to the person with a blog. So if you started doing your own blog, then you're already a blogger. The community of all blogs is known as blogosphere. So you combine all these different bloggers, fashion blogger, entertainment blogger, food blogger, parent blogger, travel blogger, you call them community of all blogs. And as they say, blogs democratize the public sphere by giving the opportunity to individuals, regardless of their social status, gender, or race, to articulate their thoughts and opinions on issues, whether local or international. Okay, so that ends my short lecture for today. Please review your module for the fourth quarter because I will be uploading your quiz on drama, quiz on the different forms of creative nonfiction, and their summative test next week. So all of these are due on the 30th of May. So you have like 2 weeks to accomplish all these tasks. So that will be it. Have a good day.